Hi folks, it's me Michaela and welcome back to my channel. Today we are about to journey onto a reading vlog of me reading new releases for approximately the first time in my life, really. I guess I read Wildfire fairly recently after it came out, but I think I was like months late to that game even. But this past week read new releases, specifically new release romances. I read two of them, Funny Story by Emily Henry, as well as This Summer Will Be Different by Carley, and it was quite the week. I decided to focus on reading some new releases because it's not a thing I normally do, and I have been missing feeling like I'm not in on the exciting new things because I've always been reading backlists. So I focused on reading new releases, and that is exactly what I did. So without further ado, let's just throw you into the reading vlog so you can see what I thought of these books. I'm going to be starting Funny Story by Emily Henry today. I'm super excited about this. I haven't read an Emily Henry before. I do own Beach Read, but I haven't read it yet because I was waiting for it to be summer. I was like, oh, maybe I should read Beach Read before I read Funny Story. But then I was like, girl, this is not a series. This is a new release. Maybe we should read a new release when it's still new for once in your life. So I'm gonna head to work and I'm gonna start reading Funny Story. Obviously, I'm not bringing the dust jacket to work with me. This is the plan for the week. It only came out a week or so ago, so it's still very new, still fresh. But I have to get to work, so I'm gone. Hello. I am now currently about 200, just under 200 pages in the Funny Story, so I'm about halfway through. And I am loving this book. I'm absolutely adoring this. I can't believe I haven't read Emily Henry until now. What has been wrong with me? I understand why everybody loves her. This is amazing. Just the rom-com vibes are immaculate in this. It's so funny. I've literally laughed out loud at least twice while reading this book so far. And just the premise of this being that you're following Daphne, it's only from her point of view. She is in this predicament where she is currently living with Miles. And she's living with Miles because the love of Miles' life left him and ran off with her fiance. So they're exes. She was going to get married, and then her fiance decided he was in love with his best friend, who happened to be Miles' girlfriend. So they left them, and then she ended up moving in with Miles because he needed someone to pay the other half of the rent, and she needed somewhere to live. And so now they're both heartbroken and living together, and that's the premise of this book, and that alone is so hilarious, and I love it. So I'm having such a great time. The writing is fantabulous. The dialogue is great. I also got This Summer Will Be Different by Carley in the mail. So I think I'm going to be reading that immediately after I finish this. I'm having a great time. Guys, I'm finally reading books when they're brand new. This is brand new to me. I never do this. This is exciting. I'm excited. I'm gonna read more of this book because I wanted to devour it. I can't put it down. Hence why I've read 200 pages, and this is the first time I'm updating you about it. So I'm gonna go drink my coffee, eat a cookie, read more of my book, enjoy my life. Yeah. Okay, see ya. Hello. I'm now 300 pages into Funny Story, and I'm still absolutely loving it, adoring it. I feel like I can kind of I have an idea of what I think the third act conflict is going to be, and I think it makes sense based off of the characters and their backgrounds and all that. So I'm not too concerned about it, but also it could be something else. It could be something other than what I'm expecting it to be. Who knows? But I have about 70-80 pages left, so I'm definitely going to be finishing this today. It's now Friday. It's the weekend. I will be sitting on my couch doing nothing for the rest of the evening, I think. Who knows? Maybe I will be doing something. But my plan is to read and finish this book and love every second of it because, guys, I'm having so much fun. This is so funny. The comedy of this rom-com is so up my alley. I am loving it. So, yeah, I'll let you know my final thoughts when I finish the book. Oh, that is sideways. Hello, it is very early on Saturday morning. Actually, it's probably not that early anymore. I woke up at 6, so I decided to do some laundry, so I think it's now 8:39. But I finished reading Funny Story by Emily Henry last night, and This book was truly 5 stars. The third act conflict was not what I thought it was going to be, okay? And I'm kind of glad it wasn't, because I think if it was that predictable, I would have been a little upset by it. It was so good. I was like laughing the whole time through this book, and then things started getting complicated and the conflict started happening, and I was like, am I gonna cry because I'm feeling these emotions right now? Potentially. I didn't, but like they were there. The feelings were felt while reading the book, and then I like just the way it ended. It was just so good. I just like love Daphne and Miles. It was such a fun story, and it was really funny. This is like my kind of humor. I'm definitely gonna have to now read like all of Emily Henry. Luckily I have Beach Read on my shelf because I need more Emily Henry in my life. I put the dust jacket back on because I finished reading it, and this is so pretty. I have to say, I do love the like aesthetic of Emily Henry covers. I think they're so good. Oh my god, look, I didn't even realize that Miles is wearing his Crocs on the cover. Amazing. So yeah, I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I think everybody should read it because I think as much as it's definitely, you know, like it's definitely a romance, I feel like it's a good like starter point romance. You know, if you're not like a big romance reader, I feel like Emily Henry romance is the kind of romance to like get your foot in the door, because there's a lot of literary feelings to it. There's a lot of just like funny moments. It's not all just like love, smut, romance, cheese, you know? She puts like a lot of thought into the story, you can tell, and like how the events all unfold to help the characters come together and like and overcome, you know, the challenges that they're facing. I think there's a lot of great stuff in this book, and then it's also just a really fun time. So like highly recommend. And like now that I finished this, I can start my next book, which I'm also very excited for. This Summer Will Be Different by Carley Fortune. I got this in the mail on Tuesday. It just released on Tuesday, and I'm so excited. So I read Every Summer After, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago maybe now, and absolutely loved it, adored it. I think I read it in my 24-hour readathon actually. Was it really that soon? I guess I was just reading Inheritance for so long, it felt like 6 years, but yeah. Anyway, this is her newest book. I haven't read her second book, Meet Me at the Lake, but I will be, obviously. But I pre-ordered this because like look how pretty it is, and I loved Every Summer After, so I had to. From what I've heard, Carley Fortune says this is her steamiest book yet, which I'm curious about. And then also it's another like summer beach vibe romance. And so I'm pretty sure in this book you're following Lucy, apparently. I feel like she goes to Prince Edward Island for the first time, and she like meets this guy and like hooks up with him, then realizes that that's her best friend's brother, and then she goes back to Prince Edward Island with her like best friend like every year, and they like try not to fall in love with each other, and I believe that they most likely fail at that, and that's exciting. So it's like best friend's brother kind of romance, and it's, I feel like, definitely going to be a slow burn, which I'm a huge fan of a slow burn romance. So I'm gonna be reading this today. And I say like today because I fully expect and have plans to just read this book today. Like this is my plan. This is my plan for the day. I've done laundry, so like I've already accomplished a productive task. I don't think I need to do any more. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into this book. I think it's like, yeah, it's like 300-ish pages. I say I'll probably read the majority, if not all of it today. Oh my god, there's a map at the back? Cute. Okay, wait, I don't want to ruin anything for myself. Okay, I'm gonna go start this book and I'll let you know my thoughts. Guys, I'm just like so excited to be reading new books when they're new. Like this is like a brand new concept to me. I never do this. I'm always reading backlists. So this and this, like I feel like I'm in the know. I feel like I'm winning. Okay, I'm gonna go read. I'm back for an update. My hair is different. It's the same day. I'm about 100 pages into This Summer Will Be Different, and I'm having so much fun with this. I feel like it's kind of similar to Every Summer After, where there's kind of like a history and then there's like flashbacks and present day dual timeline, but that's not really like a bad thing because I think Carley Fortune does it really well, and the rest of the story is quite different from Every Summer After. They're like older characters in this, and it's not like childhood friends to whatever happened in like Every Summer After. This is like the characters are very different, and the oh my god, what is it called? Like the initial plot of like where this story starts off is very different. We are following like Lucy. So like 5 years ago she went to PI with her friend Bridget. Bridget was like flying in a day after her, so she's there by herself the first day. She has a one night stand with this guy and then finds out afterwards that that guy Felix is actually Bridget's brother. And Bridget before this trip gave her 3 rules, and one of the rules was don't fall in love with my brother. So then there's like this history, this tension, and it seems like she's gone back to PI every summer in between, and her and Felix's story has continued somehow in between each of this, and it's being revealed, you know, like their history together. And in present day they're in PI because Bridget has just like shown up in PI just about a week before her wedding, and it's like very uncharacteristic of her, and she's like not telling anybody like why she ran off to PI, and she's like everything's fine. There's a lot of different like dynamics going on, so it's fun. I'm loving the beachy summer vibes, having a great time. Such a page turner, Carley Fortune and her beach read, easy read, quick read summer books. I'm loving them. But yeah, I'm gonna read more and then I'll let you know. Okay. Hello, good morning. It is Sunday morning. I will be finishing This Summer Will Be Different today because I'm currently 240 pages into this, so I have less than 100 pages left, and I'm so excited to pick this up again and keep reading. This book is very enjoyable. I'm kind of feeling like giving it 5 stars, like funny story, but then it feels weird to like have 2 5-star books in a row in the same vlog. I don't know, but like I am really loving it. Also, the fact that both This Summer Will Be Different and Funny Story mention Jane Austen books is like kind of a fun little thing that I noticed. And then also the fact that This Summer Will Be Different talks about Happy Place, which is an Emily Henry book. So it's like I was meant to read this next, you know, in like a way. I don't know. This book is also like making me want to plan a trip to PEI because I haven't been to PEI in like years. Yeah, it's just like making me miss it. I want cute coastal town PEI vibes. I want that. I miss that. I feel like the book is being highly effective. I'm getting to like a very exciting part now. Okay, they're together. I will say Carley Fortune was right. This is definitely her steamiest book yet. It's not like the steamiest thing I've ever read because she does like a very like literary steam. It's like descriptive, but there's definitely some things that are left implied instead of just being like overtly said, which I like. It's like a change of pace from like some of the other steamy books I read, and it matches the overall vibe of the writing throughout the book, so like it makes sense that that's what those scenes would be like. I'm at the point now where I'm hoping we're finally gonna figure out why Bridget just like disappeared to PEI and brought everybody there with her when she's supposed to get married in literal days. That's the big question that I have. Like Felix and Lucy are together and it's like finally. It is like, it's fun because it's like a slow burn romance, but the thing is that she's like gone back to PEI every year and they kind of end up every year something happening between them, but it was always kind of this idea of like we can't anymore, but like they're just so drawn to each other that it's like inevitable. So it's like a slow burn but not a slow burn because like they have this relationship but not in this new dynamic way. It's a good book. This is a really good book. I need to go read more of it. Yeah, like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I'm just like, I'm loving it and having a great time. I need to book a trip to PEI. Okay. I finished reading This Summer Will Be Different by Carley Fortune. And guys, I just am giving it 5 stars. I don't even care if it feels weird to give it 5 stars when I just gave Funny Story 5 stars. Like, I loved both these books. This book has made me want to go to PEI so badly that I feel like that alone, it needs 5 stars. Because it's like you're describing PEI in such an amazing way that I'm like, I miss PEI, I need to go to PEI like right now. Let me go book a flight to PEI that I can't afford, you know? So it was so good. The like way that the conflict in this came out and the feels I had towards it, like the devastation I felt about these characters, but then the way that Carley Fortune took that and then like made it feel like it was the right thing to do to bring them back together in a so much more meaningful way was like so fantastic. I adored it. I feel like I'm really loving this more like literary style kind of romance, you know, like the Emily Henry, Carley Fortune vibe. I also like the just like super fun cheesy romances that I've been reading, you know, like some Elle Kennedy, the like Elsie Silver. I feel like Elsie Silver is a little bit in between the two, but like Lauren Asher books, Becca Mack, like those authors who I also really enjoy and like, but these ones feel slightly further literary on like the spectrum of genre, I guess. I don't know. And I've just been having a fun time with that. I think that this book as well, honestly both of them, funny story as well, both of these books have such strong, like I don't even want to call them like secondary plots because they feel so major and important to the story, but they both have such strong plots also revolving around like female friendship and like the importance of friendships and the relationships of friendships. And I think that was like almost more emotional for me to read than just like a romance story, because I mean, like, I love my best friend, and my best friend, we're like long distance besties. We don't live in the same province and we haven't for years, and we see each other like if it's twice a year in person, like that's a good year, you know? And like, so reading these books about like the love of female friendships and the love of friendships that people have, it just like made me miss my bestie. So now I'm gonna force her into planning a girls trip to PEI. Yeah, this was such a great week. This was such a great week. I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I read both these books. I really feel like I've read 2 Carley Fortune books now. I will have to read her other book, Meet Me at the Lake, that came out in between Every Summer After, and this summer will be different because I really enjoy her writing. Also a Canadian author, and I love to support Canadian authors. And then like, I think now, you know, I'm happy I really liked this Emily Henry book because I bought it despite owning a beach read and not having read it yet. So that makes me like not regret it because I can now read beach read and I'm like pretty sure I'll probably love it. And Emily Henry has a fair amount of backlist that I can dive myself right into. But I read new releases. I now will know what everybody's talking about if they are talking about these 2 books, because I have also experienced these books now right away, immediately. Love, love, love. So that is the reading vlog. I hope you guys had a fun time with this. Make sure if you liked the video to give it a like, give it a little thumbs up. If you happen to like me, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you. Do let me know down below if you read new releases as soon as they come out. Do you only read backlist? Have you read either of these 2 books? Are you planning on reading these 2 books? What do you think? What are you hoping for? La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-do. Let me know. And with that, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.